friends, family, and intimate reading associates. It's a new day, it's a new video. I'm so excited for this video because it was kind of an impromptu thing. In today's video, I will be reading 1,000 pages in 24 hours. Sounds ridiculous, sounds impossible, but it's not. How, you may ask? Well, because we're gonna make it a 24-hour readathon. Because I hate myself. That's right, folks. Stephen King's Under the Dome. Now, this, I called an audible. I know in my last video, I said that I was filming a video that actually included this in there. It was coupled with books like Gone with the Wind, Pillars of the Earth. This is one of those Stephen King books that kind of deserves its own video. That's sort of a pattern here on this channel. The Stephen King books that breach 1,000 pages tend to get their own spotlight video. I'm going to attempt to read 1,074 pages in 24 hours. Let's hit it. Oh, hi. It's cool because it has like, it has some maps and stuff. Hello. I'm only like 18 and a half minutes in. Nothing crazy, but I have read the first 2 chapters. 19 pages in, Stephen King is starting this thing off immediately. He is not wasting any time making this dome thing happen. Already the mystery brewing behind this is so cool. 18 and a half minutes into yet another 24-hour readathon. For this challenge, I will say I think I am going to stop the clock anytime I'm not physically reading. Oh my gosh. Okay, folks. It's only been an hour, so 23 to go. Yippee! And I made it 47 pages. The font is a little small, but hey, Stephen King's writing is absolutely amazing. So the 2 chapters that I just read were nuts. Leave it to Stephen King to write something like this, of course. But an hour in and 23 hours left. It is 10:30 at night. I am a tired boy. I may not stay up too much longer. I may try to get in maybe 1 more hour. I at least want to get 100 pages into this thing because that would give me a nice head start for tomorrow. But hey, we'll see. It has not been all that long. It's not been long at all. It's, not even been an hour since I updated you. But I'm on page 87. Things are progressing quite rapidly. This book is flying by. I've been laser focused, honed in on this thing. I knew I would be. Man, I just knew I would be. Good morning. Good morn. It is the next day. Oh, it's always hard to sleep when the wife's gone. You know what I mean? It's always hard to sleep when Ashlyn's not here. So I made it 2.5 hours. I have so much freaking more to go. I made it to page 113. Under the Dome. There's so many things going on already. We have an ex-military drifter. He was trying to skip town because of an unfortunate incident that happened the night before. He gets locked inside. We have a guy that committed a crime by accident? I mean, he went there to commit a crime, but it escalated into a further crime, and then it somehow happened again. So now he's just becoming a serial killer, just because. I don't know how that happens. We have an amateur politician thinking he runs the show. He's definitely going to try to take advantage of this place and these people and turn it into his own little kingdom. But what's funny is nothing can come in or out, so everyone's just going to starve and die and most likely go insane and kill each other. And if he's running the show and the dome gets lifted, then it'll be his fault. Huh, wouldn't that be neat? I have almost 900 pages left. Wow, that just sunk in. Okay, I don't think that'll be today. Still, 113 pages or thereabouts. Within 2.5 hours, I've never done that before. I give Stephen King props because he always has this magical prose that just makes me a faster reader. I can't explain it. It's magic. But we have a lazy day ahead of us. Ashton comes back today, probably sometime in the afternoon, so that'll be really, really fun. But yeah, let's get back into it. It's real bright out here. Is this thing on? What a beautiful day. We're over 5 hours in. I'm on page 215. This is the fastest I've probably ever read a book in my life. Period. Like, Stephen King has this propensity to just always suck me in. His books are like a magnet to my taste. You know, for 200 pages, it's only been 2 days in the story. The dome hits as the evening is settling, and now I'm into the following day, like midday right now. And already so many things have happened. Secret meetings to kind of run the town, people being, you know, deputied as policemen to police the people with a kind of an iron fist. There's correspondence with secret military intelligence on the outside from within. In classic Stephen King fashion, you just don't see some things happening until they happen. This kind of has more of a science fiction feel than it does his normal stuff. You know, it doesn't really have this horror element. One thing I really love about books this size, especially written by Stephen King, is, of course, it's going to be multiple POV. Most of his books are multiple POV. You know, he's not just focusing on 4 or 5 main characters, even though that's eventually what it's going to kind of funnel and compound into. The thing with Stephen King is he invents these little communities. Every single person gets page time. Stephen King somehow, he himself is propelling the plot, and the characters are just kind of along for the ride. I don't know how he's done it, how he separated POV from narration. It's incredible. Another thing that I really like is, you know, back to these little characters, there's so many small POVs that just add to the story. They don't take away, and sometimes these POVs, they don't start plot points, they don't add to plot points, and they don't end plot points. Some people would say that they're pointless, but they're not. All, to me, it just adds to the story. What's going on? I don't remember the last timestamp that I left you off at, but I'm sitting at 12.5 hours. Not bad. I feel pretty good. I can't even, like, dude, it's going. I'm sitting at page 445, Under the Dome. Enough said? It's leaving me speechless. Some characters that I'm starting to love, really. I love Barbie or Dale. I love Rusty and Julia. I really like Sammy. Poor Sammy, man. Sammy's had a rough weekend. I hope that she gets the justice that she desperately deserves. The most interesting thing that's happening right now is that people are starting to have seizures, but it's mainly children. It's mainly children that are having these kind of reactionary seizures to possibly being under the dome. Sometimes Stephen King in his stories will kind of use children as a means of prophecy or a means of prediction. A lot of them have corroborated independently this vision of the stars above being pink and them falling from the sky and leaving trails behind them. And I just literally read where the whole town saw the stars fall from the sky in a meteor shower, but the stars were pink. And of course, there's so much to this. Like, Stephen King is taking this idea of being under the dome in a direction that I didn't. Why is the sky different? Why do the sunsets look different under the dome? Why are the stars pink under the dome? It's because pollution and junk in the air and things blown by the wind are sticking to this thing, and eventually some of the people that are realizing the absolute terrifying consequences of this, eventually enough stuff could collect on top of the dome that they're blotted out from the sun and everything's black. And so there's this just mounting urgency kind of taking hold of the plot. Everything is going to spiral out of control by the end of this novel. I'll catch back up with you when I got more to say. Do not mistake what I just did as frustration. I am just kind of physically wearing down a little bit, just a little bit. I mean, 24-hour challenges are kind of that way. I am 18 hours and 38 minutes into this whole shindig. I think I'm on page 686. I don't know whether that's good or bad. 686 out of 1,072 pages. So I have less than 400 pages left. With this book, I've been reading on average somewhere between 50 and 60 pages an hour because it's so bloody readable. At that speed, this will be more than a 24-hour challenge, which I'm totally fine. I really don't care. It took me longer than 24 hours to read The Stand. I have maybe used the audiobook on 3 of these chapters. The majority of this has just been me sitting down and cranking it out. I don't know how many chapters I have left, but gosh, freaking golly. Everything is ramping up. The political struggle, this power grab mentality of the main antagonist, dude, he's amping his plans up to 100. Like, he's burning down businesses, he's policing people, he's unlawfully arresting people, and he's turning the town against itself. He's causing this us versus them mentality. And the funniest thing about it is, though he's a scumbag and he's honestly pure evil, he's also really hard to take serious. He claims to be a Christian and he goes to this kind of like cult-like church. And so that causes this weird pride issue with him. But at the same time, because he's a Christian, he's not using foul language. So he's always like, these gosh darn it peoples, these cotton pickers, these ninnies. He's using stupid, horrible, fake cuss words. Don't make him as menacing, but at the same time, it makes him a little bit more menacing. There's just so much to this book. Back to the grindstone. Okay. Man, what am I at? Page 805. My two favorite characters have been arrested, and the political, I mean, dude, there's so much craziness happening. I'm loving this little twist of Andy, like Andy Sanders teaming up with the chef, and how they're guarding the illegal secret meth lab against anybody who comes near this place. Andy's literally just a man who has nothing else to lose. He's just given into his demons, but it makes for excellent drama. I don't know if this is going in like an extraterrestrial kind of direction. It seems that Stephen King might be playing with aliens at the back end of all of this. On one hand, I'm kind of excited to see what he could do if it is aliens from another planet. But at the same time, I may be disappointed because I don't want it to be aliens. One of the coolest things that I noticed that he does in this book is he switches back and forth between tenses. As he's kind of giving you the main story, it's a lot of this person said this person did this, oh, he saw this and they did this. You know, the usual stuff. And in some of the sections, it's as if he breaks that fourth wall. He's talking to you, the reader, and he's like, we're here, but let us go over here. Ah, see what so-and-so is doing. They're doing this. Ah, yes, we don't have time. We'll come back to this later. Ah, look over here. This person is up to no good. It's just the coolest thing ever. He's so good! He's so good. This book is, of course, everything that I thought it would be and more. I'm a happy camper. I'm a happy little boy. Yes, yes. This is excellent.
Excellent.
Hello. It's hours later, guys. It's been probably about 4 since I think I last filmed and or updated. Wow, we are 1 hour away. 1 hour away from finishing yet another 24-hour readathon. Unfortunately, folks, YouTube, friends, family, intimate reading associates, I'm on page 297, and there are 1,072 pages. Don't think I'll be able to do that in an hour. Dude, this book is insane. This book is so good. A jailbreak just happened, a riot, the second riot of the entire book just happened. And it's only been 5 days since this dome showed up. Our main characters are fairly certain that they're unmasking the truth behind how the dome originated. There were 3 parties that I thought were going to cause the biggest trouble. One was going to cause the climax, but it seemed like all 3 of them are going to cause separate climaxes. We're almost down to the last 100 pages. So this is about to get hot and heavy. Okay. Collect your thoughts. Technically, the challenge, I guess, is over, but I'm not done. No sirree, Bob. I'm on page 985, so I have less than 100 pages left. The craziest thing just happened. There's this thing that the United States government set up called Visitors Day. And it's where people that have been cut off from each other because of the dome have an opportunity to see each other. And it was all kind of a political thing to get the crazy guy that's trying to run this place be discredited by the whole town. And on one end, it's really touching because there's been couples and families and you name it. People just cut off from each other for nearly a week. While all of this is going on, Andy and Chef cleaned house. Dude, they cleaned house. I haven't read a scene in a while where my heart has been racing, but dude, I was in that scene. Let's just say it caused a huge panic. I can't even describe the chaos that just ensued. Pray for me. Okay, I'm gonna need it. amazing. Simply amazing. 26 hours, 20 minutes. What else? What else can I say? Guys, this was so fun. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna end the vlog off here because... No, it is not the end of the video. I'm not gonna end it here. I finished this book and I sat there kind of contemplating everything, kind of soaking in the experience of what this book was. I think I have more to summarize and more to express than just the bare minimum I just gave. This is the third Stephen King novel that I've read that is over 1,000 pages. And it is just as epic and just as big of a beast as It and The Stand. The entire concept behind this novel kind of blows my mind. This dome that covers this entire town comes out of nowhere, and the events that happen, some of them happen so fast that you go, wait, what just happened? Pedal to the metal the entire way. You only go along with these characters for a week in their lives. Dude, we're following so many POVs and so much is going on. Most people look at a book this big and go, that's just too much. It's gonna be boring, it's gonna be fluffy. With a Stephen King book that's over 1,000 pages, you're never gonna get fluff. You are never going to get these moments or these chapters where you go, I wish this would just speed along. You don't ever get that. At least I never do. And Under the Dome is no different. I feel like every time I read a Stephen King novel, it raises the expectations that I have for future authors or future things that I read. And it's always hard sometimes coming back to other authors and coming back to other projects after I read a book like this from him, because nothing feels the same and nothing feels right for a few days. And I did not make it 24 hours. I overshot it by nearly 2.5 hours. I did utilize an audiobook, but I used it for like walking Mishak or like maybe cleaning up around here. Doing the math, I only used the audiobook for 15% of this reading experience. The rest was using nothing but my eyeballs. I read over 400 pages yesterday, and I could probably tell you every single thing that happens because it's that clear in my mind. It's that memorable of a story. There are 2 scenes in here that I think more sensitive readers should shy away from. If you're thinking about getting into this book and you don't do well with people, some characters are forced upon by another. If that makes sense? I just skip those. I skip them because I hate anything close to that in books. But other than that, there is nothing in this book that warrants anything like, say, It. Okay, like It had some nasty, gross, unnatural, weird fetishized things about it in some places, but Under the Dome had none of that. This is a solid 4-star read for me. I love this book. I knew that I would love this book. A beautiful story the entire way. Under the Dome. If you are scared of books like this, don't be. If you're scared of thick, chunky beasts like Stephen King's big epics, don't be, because they are fast-paced, they're jam-packed full of intensity, emotion, humor. There's just so much to his writing and so much to these books. I think that's all I got. I think all I gotta say has been said. There's nothing really more that I could add to what this video is. Thank you for sticking around with me through yet another 24-hour challenge. Thank you. Thank you for being here. These videos take a lot of time and it means so much to me to see what you all think. Folks, without further ado, I'm signing out of here. Peace out. See you later.